Let's also keep in mind that there are many top Israeli diplomats currently in India who are closely watching what's happening back in their homes, worried for their family and their loved ones. Joining me here on India Today is Tammy Ben-Haim, Consul General of Israel to South India. She's based in Bengaluru. Tammy, I can imagine how difficult a time this is for you. First of all, I hope you've had a chance to speak to your family, to your loved ones, and they're doing okay.
Yeah, my immediate family and hopefully and luckily are safe. Some of my friends are in a different situation in the midst of things. And also, just by the way, just about a little while ago, right before starting to talk to you, my family who's in central of Israel, who I felt were relatively safe, are not safe anymore because our alarm, our code red, has been sounded. In addition to their heinous attack on civilians in the south part of Israel, which we will talk about, is now shooting rockets again at Tel Aviv, at Jerusalem, and at our airports.
I can imagine how scary that must be for you, Tammy, to get those kind of updates. So from what you're telling me, the worst isn't over. There's still a sense of fear in many parts of Israel even now.
No, it has not ended. It took, from Saturday morning, the Hamas terrorist organization infiltrated Israel, went to towns, went to villages, massacred women, children, families. They went to a nature festival, massacred 260 people, and took other people hostage. And only a few hours ago did our defense forces, was our army able to get control again of the cities and villages. But this still does not mean, and they made it very clear that all the terrorists are out of Israel, which means there's still a chance of terrorists still going on a killing, horrific rampage and trying to cause more damage. And this is, as I said before, in addition now to the barrage of rockets that are throughout Israel, definitely in the south and in central Israel.
I'm sure this is an extremely, extremely difficult time for you, Tammy. When did you find out? You're, of course, here in India. So when did you find out? Were you immediately able to, dial back to your family and reach them?
I must say, it started at 6:30 a.m. Israel time on a Saturday, which is our holy day, our Sabbath, our Shabbat. And I was already around doing things in Bangalore. And so here it was about 8:30 in the morning, maybe 8:45. And I was with other people in the car, and we started seeing, footage. And, the initial reaction is like, what is this? Is this something from a show? Is this real? What is happening? It took me a little while to realize that this is reality. It's not some horror movie. It's not some, I don't know, American war film, that actually terrorists entered Israel in their hundreds, causing rampage and murder and maiming people and injuring and taking hostages back into Gaza, taking children, 6-month-old babies, 3-year-old girls, 17-year-old young women, elderly people in wheelchairs, taking them back as hostages to Gaza. This is just, heartbreaking. I don't have, I haven't been able to, all I've been doing is following this like any other person in Israel. Israel has only 10 million people, and Hamas so far has killed 700 Israelis, has injured nearly 3,000 Israelis, and has taken dozens of people hostages back to Gaza, which, if you do a quick math calculation, you realize that basically every family in Israel, every person in Israel either knows somebody who has been killed or injured or has close friends who know this, or every person in Israel has been affected by this horrible, horrible terror attack.
Tammy, when you put it like that, you realize the scale of the tragedy that we're really talking about. And my heart really goes out to you, because I cannot imagine how difficult it must be being so far away and knowing all of this, getting all of these updates from social media. We, of course, as a country, have also extended our support to you. What's the global response been like? India, of course, like I said, we've said we're by your side, by Israel's side, Tammy.
Yeah, it's been amazing, the support here from India. definitely from the Indian government, starting with Prime Minister Modi and going down to different position holders, also in the state governments, from different position holders, politicians, we've been getting messages of support, and just from our friends and from the business community and the high-tech community, and from journalists and cultural people. It's been amazing, the support we are getting. India, sadly, like Israel, has experienced terror attacks before, knows the horrible feeling and how it changes the country, how it hurts the country. But, we, like India, we're resilient, we're strong. We're going to end up winning this battle, but it's costing a lot. And it's, we have to work first and foremost at securing Israel and securing our citizens within the borders of Israel. Then the next stage will be to free these hostages. And these terrorists are putting videos online, showing horrible, horrible things that they're doing.
Correct.
So we have to make sure, as I said, to make sure the people within Israel are secure, that the hostages are freed, and then to make sure Hamas, their infrastructure, their commanders, their weapon storage is hurt so badly that they will not dream of doing this ever again.
More strength to you, Tammy, more strength to your country as well as you battle out what is easily one of the hardest times in the history of Israel. Thank you very much, Tammy, for joining us here on India Today. Heartbreaking images really coming in, and some of them so terribly violent that we've not been able to air them here on India Today because of how sensitive they are and the kind of violence it shows of what Hamas has done to the people of Israel.